Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, we're making some delicious bacon-wrapped pickles using the Camp Chef pellet grill. This recipe is smoky, tangy, and absolutely delicious, and I know you're gonna want to try it out. Other than that, let's get into the cook. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I appreciate you being here. Today at the grill, we're making some delicious bacon-wrapped pickles that are absolutely wonderful. These make for a great barbecue appetizer or even something to take to a feast or gathering with friends and family. And one of the things that I love about this recipe is that it's simple to do, it doesn't take a lot of time, and when you love pickles and bacon like I do, it makes for a great combination. And so for this recipe, you're obviously gonna need some bacon as well as some high quality pickles, and then all of the ingredients to make this spicy dill dipping sauce that we're gonna use at the very end. Let me show you how simple it is to prepare these bacon wrapped pickles. And so, like I said, I have these high quality pickles. These are already speared for me. You can see that they are in quarters. And we're gonna grab a few of these out of the jar. All right, there we go. That should be enough for us today. And then to this, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab some bacon and we're gonna begin to wrap these pickles in this bacon. And so to do this is as simple as grabbing your bacon and beginning on the one side, just wrapping around. And I like to give a little bit of a tug on this bacon just to help secure it into place. There we go. And then to secure our bacon, I am going to insert a toothpick just to make sure that bacon doesn't come off. And so there's one done, and I'll go ahead and make a second one. So again, I'm going to grab our pickle as well as our bacon, and I'm going to start on this side. Secure it underneath, and then just begin to wrap this pickle. Go. I'll grab our toothpick and secure that through just like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping these pickles before we move on to our seasoning. It only took a few minutes to finish wrapping these pickles in that bacon, and it's now time to season the outside of our bacon. And today I'm going to be using my original rub, which is going to go really great on the outside of this bacon because of the sugars that are in there. It's going to help caramelize and crisp up that bacon a little bit nicer. There is, however, salt in this rub, so when I chose the bacon, I did make sure to get one that was reduced salt, knowing that the pickles are a bit salty as well as the rub, and so it's going to balance itself out. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply a nice coating of this barbecue rub to the outside of these pickles. All right, there we go. And so you will notice that I only applied that barbecue rub to the top side of that bacon, and I find that that's all that you really need for this recipe. And so with everything all prepared, I'm gonna go ahead and get the Camp Chef set to about 350 degrees. As I said, I did set up my pellet grill for cooking around 350 degrees. If you're not using a pellet grill and you're using a kettle grill or offset cooker, set it up the same way you would for a 350 degree cook using the indirect cooking method. And so with our bacon wrapped pickles all prepared and our grill up to temperature, let's go ahead and get these onto the grill. Go close up that lid, and I'm going to let this cook for about 45 minutes before I come back and check up on our bacon to see if it's as crispy as I like. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my spicy dill dip. And you've seen me make this on the channel once before when I made those delicious dill pickle wings. It's the same recipe, just smaller portion because I don't need as much of it. And so today I'm going to start with a half a cup of sour cream and place this into my dish. Next, I'm going to add in a half a cup of mayonnaise. Next, I'm going to throw in about a third of a cup of pickle juice. And this is going to add a little bit of tang as well as reinforce some of that dill pickle flavor. Next, I'm going to throw in about a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons of chopped up dill. I'm going to place that in there as well. I also have 2 cloves of minced garlic. Next, I'm going to add in just a pinch of salt. And then to make it spicy, I'm going to be using some El Yucateco hot sauce, and go ahead and make this as spicy or as mild as you prefer. There we go. So I'm going to mix this all together. All right, that's thoroughly mixed together nicely. And so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a quick taste to see if it's missing anything or needs a little bit more heat with that hot sauce. Whew. It's got some nice heat. You can really taste that tang from that pickle juice as well as the dill and the garlic coming through really nicely. And this is going to really complement those bacon wrapped pickles very nicely. And so I'm going to place this off to the side and let them finish cooking. Our bacon wrapped pickles have been smoking away in the pellet grill for 45 minutes now, and it's at this point I want to open up the grill and just check up on our bacon to see how crispy it's become and to see if it needs a little bit more time. So let's take a look. You can see that it's still a little bit soft. I prefer mine to be a little bit more bite through, a little more crispy. And so I'm going to close up this lid again and continue to cook this for another 15 minutes or so to allow that bacon to crisp up a little bit more to my liking. And at that point, we'll come back and take another look. All right, so it's been 60 minutes now since I first put our bacon wrapped pickles into the grill, and that bacon should be where I prefer it to be. And so let's open the grill and take a look. All right, those look very nice. You can see that that bacon has picked up a little bit of color from our wood pellets, and these are cooked to my preference. And again, when you're doing yours, make sure you cook it to your preference, whether it's a little bit less or a little bit more, and that's up to you. And so with these all done, I'm gonna remove them from the grill and we'll get ready for the taste test. So in just over 1 hour, these bacon wrapped pickles are all done and they look amazing. You can really see some of that color that's developed on that bacon from cooking in the pellet grill, and the aroma is absolutely wonderful. And so there's nothing left to do but give this a taste. I did go ahead and let them cool for about 10 minutes because these are piping hot on the inside. If you were to just take it off the grill and go for the taste test right away, you will burn your mouth. And so let's go for the taste test and see how they are. Oh my goodness. That is unreal. Guys, I'm not kidding. I've had some amazing barbecue appetizers over the years, and this one is near the top for sure. The flavor is incredible. You get the smokiness from the bacon. It's rich, it's delicious, and then it's cut with that delicious dill pickle just hiding inside that bacon. It's phenomenal. And so let's go ahead and grab another one and do a taste test with our spicy dill dip. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. You know, for me, this is one of those appetizers or party foods that is gonna blow people away because they probably have never had something like this before, and the flavor is out of this world. It's so delicious, especially when you pair it with that spicy dill dip that we made. You bring both of these together and it is absolutely amazing. So if you've never tried these before, make sure to give them a try because you're not gonna be disappointed. I need to go for another one and enjoy this amazing bacon wrapped pickle. So good. So that's how you make those smoking delicious bacon wrapped pickles for your next feast. You're gonna love it for sure. Until next time, keep that fire lit and get cooking. Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, we're making a delicious smoked sirloin tip roast topped with a homemade jalapeno horseradish sauce, and it is incredible. Now, other than that, let's get into the cook. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I appreciate you being here. Today at the grill, I'm going to be cooking up this delicious sirloin tip roast using the Sloan Sear kettle grill today. And when it comes to beef, we've really seen an increase in prices over the years when it comes to larger cuts like prime rib and beef tenderloin. And so knowing how to get a budget-friendly cut of beef like this sirloin tip is a good skill set to have, as well as it's going to save you a little bit of money on the back end. And so today I'm going to be seasoning this with a combination of my Mad Cow beef rub, as well as this new rub that just arrived in the mail, and it's a smoked jalapeno rub. And so I'm going to blend those together. And so to start off with, I'm going to apply a little bit of oil to the outside of this, and this is going to be a little bit of a binder for our rub to stick to. Next, I'm going to apply this jalapeno rub, and I'm only going to put a little bit of a coating on this just to get some of that nice jalapeno flavor. And there's also some garlic and some onion powder in here as well. And then, like I said, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of Mad Cow, and this is going to add a little extra color, as well as add some more of those salt and pepper flavors that we're looking for. So with my sirloin tip all seasoned, the last thing I'm going to do is insert my meter digital thermometer, and this is going to go right into the middle. There we go. And so with everything all prepared, let me show you how I set up the Sloan Sear kettle for cooking around 250 degrees. So to set up our grill today for cooking, I placed in about 20 briquettes into the Sloan Sear, and I got those coals fully lit. Next, I filled up the remainder of the Sloan Sear basket until it was about 3/4 of the way full. And then after that, I closed the lid and let our temperatures come up to around 250 degrees. All right, so with our grill sitting around 250 degrees, let's go ahead and get our roast onto the grill opposite the coals. And then lastly, I'm going to add on a little bit of hickory wood to add a little bit of smoky flavor to this. So with everything on the grill, I'm going to close up this lid, and I'm going to begin cooking this sirloin tip until it reaches an internal temperature of around 115 degrees. And I'm also going to come back and give it a flip around the 90-degree mark. So while my roast is cooking away, I want to make a delicious jalapeno horseradish type of a sauce to go along with this roast. And it's going to be absolutely delicious when they come together. And so I'm going to start off with about a half a cup of mayonnaise. And then to that, I have a half of a finely chopped jalapeno. Just toss that in there as well. And then to that, I have some horseradish, and go ahead and use whatever horseradish you want. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of this. Next, I'm going to take a half of a lime, and I'm going to squeeze this into there. And this is just going to brighten this sauce up a little bit. And then to that, I'm going to add in a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. And then lastly, I'm going to add in a little bit of apple cider vinegar just to thin this down a bit. We'll start with that, and we'll mix this all together. So let me give this a quick taste to see if it's missing anything. Yum, that's delicious. You can really taste that jalapeno and that horseradish coming together very nicely with that creaminess from the mayo and the tang from the apple cider vinegar. This is going to go perfect on our roast today. I've been cooking this roast for about 45 minutes now, and the temperature of our grill has been rock steady at 250 degrees. And so I'm going to open up the grill and we'll take a look. Guys, just look at that nice color that's forming on there. You can see that the rub that we use, the combination of that jalapeno rub with the Mad Cow, is really starting to shine through, and it looks absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and just rotate this roast just to promote some even cooking. There we go. I'm going to quickly close back up this lid, and I'm going to continue to cook this roast until it reaches that internal temperature of 115 degrees. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes since I first put this sirloin tip roast onto the grill, and our internal temperature has just reached 115 degrees. And so it's now time to prepare for our sear. And so let's open up the grill and mix up those coals. And just like that, my coals are roaring hot. And so I'm gonna go ahead and sear off this sirloin tip for about 45 seconds on each side. After only about 4 minutes of searing, our roast is all done, and the internal temperature right now is around 124 degrees. And so as that rests, it's gonna increase to about 130, and it's gonna be a perfect medium rare. And so I'm gonna pull it from the grill, let it rest, and we'll get ready for the taste test. So in just under an hour and a half, this roast is all done, and you can really smell that jalapeno rub that we put on there, as well as that sear just looks amazing. It's got that nice rich mahogany color, and I can't wait to slice into this. So let's cut it in the middle. Here we go. Guys, just look at the inside color of this. It's wall to wall, medium rare. This is absolutely cooked perfect. I'm gonna slice a few pieces for a taste test, and when I slice it, I wanna do this as thin as I can, because whenever you have a budget cut like this or a tougher cut, you wanna make sure that you're cutting it nice and thin so that there's less resistance, and it actually makes it a little more tender. Okay, let's go for the taste test and see how we did. That is so good. You know, guys, for being a tougher cut, this roast turned out so well. The flavor is there, you get that bit of smokiness, but it is a little bit tougher than you might find a prime rib and tenderloin, or more of a premium cut. And that is why we cut it thin, because when we cut it thin, it allows you to bite through it very well. And then that's also why we're pairing it with a little bit of this jalapeno horseradish sauce. Let's place that on top of there. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Here we go. There it is. That's so good. Okay, so tasting this roast on its own was great, but the addition of that jalapeno horseradish sauce just takes it over the top. You can really taste that jalapeno flavor coming through really well with the beefiness of this sirloin tip. And this is the way that I like it. You're taking a simple cut of beef like this and elevating it to its full potential, and it really becomes a showstopper for sure. If you've never tried a sirloin tip roast like this before with that jalapeno horseradish sauce, you're in for a treat. You want to check this one out for sure. I'm gonna go for another taste and enjoy the feast. Oh my goodness, that is so good, that jalapeno flavor. So that's how you make that juicy and delicious sirloin tip roast with that homemade jalapeno horseradish sauce that you're gonna love for sure. Hey, if you want to see more barbecue videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Also, special thank you to all my patrons out there who help support this channel every single week. Until next time, keep that fire lit and get cooking.